Hey, I applied the bug fix mod, so I got my armor back, my warden armor as well as my sword. Starfang, think my stats are normal too. It looks like they were doubled up before, which wasn't right, but honestly, probably wouldn't be complaining about. Anyway, it's all good now. I actually had to restart the game and play back up till this point to get it working, but not a big deal, it was like 10 minutes of replay time. I mostly did everything the exact same, except for the one soldier that I wasn't able to save before. This time, I was able to save them, and it turns out they had a mini quest telling me to get some bandages for the wounded soldiers.
Mate, I can't take them on my own! Don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come. We're running out of bandages here. If there are supplies on the other side of the courtyard, bring bandages, hurry!
I shall do it.
Make her help them!
Oh, these will help greatly. Thank you.
So yeah, that guy doesn't need a hero's funeral anymore. Excellent. Also took some time to expand my hotbar here. We have more room now. I think we have quite a few new skills in the trees as far as I can see. Yeah, like down here, we have an entire new 4 skills for two-handed. Okay. Oh, the codex. Fixed itself. I don't know how, I didn't do anything. It just fixed itself when I closed the game and opened it up again. The Disciples. The Disciples are darkspawn that have become sapient after some sort of process of awakening, after which they choose their own names. They are cunning, powerful, and hold influence over non-awakened darkspawn. Oh. Choose their own names. I don't think we actually learned this information yet, right? Not within the game anyway. Choose their own names. So that withered guy chose his own name? Maybe. Seneschal Varel. Varel has spent his life defending Amaranthine. When Rendon Howe was Arl, Varel briefly became Seneschal of Vigil's Keep, but he repeatedly objected to Howe's orders and was demoted to lower and lower ranks. Nonetheless, he continued to serve with defiance. When Howe's acts turned more sinister, Varel secretly sheltered those in need and used what little power he had to counteract the Arl's atrocities. Soon, Varel was languishing in the dungeon awaiting execution, but Howe died first, thankfully. When the Grey Wardens took over Amaranthine, the Order reappointed Varel as Seneschal. Although Varel is not a warden himself, his position as chief administrator of the Wardens' lands make him privy to many secrets of the Order, including the joining ritual. This rare honor is a testament to his character. He's not actually a warden. This place is actually gigantic, isn't it? There's a lot of people here.
To business then. Orlais sent a dozen wardens to the Vigil to await your arrival. Nearly all died in the attack, but Christoph is still in the field.
Why was Christoph in the field?
The Orlesian wardens were uneasy that the Darkspawn weren't going to ground with the Blight ended. Christoph was sent to track down some leads. A fortnight ago, he left in a bustle. As best we figure, he went to the city, Amaranthine.
Why aren't the Darkspawn returning to the Deep Roads?
Wiser men than I have worried over that. One of the wardens said the archdemon's strength gave the Horde some semblance of purpose. If they found some other purpose...
What even was their original purpose? To destroy the world? That just seems like such an empty, meaningless goal, to me anyway. I don't know. No, maybe their goal is to reproduce endlessly or something like that. Amaranthine isn't small. How will I find him?
Only so many places travelers visit. I check the inns and taverns.
Did Christoph reveal anything of what he found?
He did, but not to me. The wardens keep their own counsel.
Is there anything else? Or can we talk of other matters?
That's the only thing that needs immediate attention. Do you want something else, Commander?
What does a Seneschal do?
As much as you like, sir. Generally, the Keep's Seneschal takes care of day-to-day matters. If anything important arises, I'll alert you.
Like a butler. Thank you. Can you tell me about Vigil's Keep?
We call her the Vigil. She's been around for a long spell. They say the Alamari barbarians first built a fort here to stop Tevinter incursions from the lowlands of the Waking Sea. They say that the castle is built on a mountain of bones. Much death here.
Even more with the Grey Wardens incoming. Well, thank you. Very well. Yeah, something I sort of completely forgot about when making everyone into a Grey Warden was the whole, we only have 30 years of life? Do they know about this? Should they know about this? And if the archdemon comes up again, they might have to sacrifice their life. I know they think it's cool, and being a Grey Warden is cool, but we don't really advertise these side effects.
Warden Commander, a pleasure to meet you. I'm Mistress Wolsey, sent by order of the First Warden at Whitehart. I'm to act as treasurer of the Arling of Amaranthine. He believed local men could not be trusted for this post.
One of those local men is right here, Mistress Wolsey.
I have every confidence in the Vigil's loyalty in the matter of arms. But gold corrupts even the most resolute soul.
Well, I'm pleased to have your service.
Sir, the Arling is on the brink of economic collapse. Trade must flow. Merchant caravans are being systematically attacked somewhere along the Pilgrim's Path. It is the only route that can reliably provision an army, feed a city, and maintain civilization.
The Arling? That means not just the castle area, right? Everything around is also part of our jurisdiction? Okay. I'm new to the Arling. Which road is the Pilgrim's Path?
It is the road here from Denerim. You can see why it would be important. In the city of Amaranthine, there is a trader, Mervis, whose caravans have been hit particularly hard. He may know where along the road the Darkspawn, or whatever they are striking.
Why does the First Warden care about Amaranthine?
About the Arling? He does not. But about the implications? A great deal. When Warden Commander Dryden was cast out of Ferelden generations ago, it created a dangerous precedent. Her true story, and that of the Warden's exile, is one you yourself uncovered at Soldier's Peak, at great personal risk. We are now presented with another precedent. Wardens owning lands and commanding fealty from lesser nobles. If your Arling succeeds, it will be an example to other kingdoms that Wardens are important, blight or no.
So we have to work hard, make sure everything looks good, so that we don't get kicked out again. Have you ever been to Weishaupt?
No. It is far to the north. The fortress is said to be impregnable. It still has the areas where the griffins of old would breed, but their like will never be seen again.
The First Warden sent only a treasurer? I need more wardens.
The Fereldans are a proud people. They are proud of you especially. Had the First Warden sent foreign fighters, it would have caused great distrust amongst the locals. Barrel was specifically chosen as seneschal because he commands great respect here.
Well, they were sending Orlais Grey Wardens here anyway. Okay. That'll be all, Mistress Wolsey.
Very well, Commander.
This is our base then. Righteous Path. Speak to Mervis in Amaranthine. Shadows of Blackmarsh. Look for Kristoff. The Awakening. Unravel the mystery. Oh, I spoke to her. Yep. You are Captain Garavel?
Commander,
This is Sir Garavel, the new captain of the guard.
I have a matter to bring to your attention.
Anything important?
Potentially urgent. The Orlesians, wardens, I mean, began gathering information while they were here. The most promising lead they found was a wild tale a couple of hunters told.
What did the hunters claim?
These hunters, Colbert and, well, the other one, claim to have stumbled across an entrance to the deep roads. Darkspawn all over the place, they said. And this was before the fiends appeared throughout the whole Arling. The wardens were just about to send someone to track down Colbert.
What was that about the other one? Where is Colbert?
Colbert and his friend are in the city of Amaranthine. Probably amongst the refugees outside the city gate. Commander.
Okay.
Commander.
Report on the situation in the Arling.
Grim, sir. It seems as if every darkspawn in the kingdom has been driven here. The soldiers are split between protecting the Vigil and the city of Amaranthine. Scouts report darkspawn throughout the Arling and amassing. Where the soldiers aren't patrolling, the land is dangerous, Commander. Very dangerous.
Amaranthine, we have a lot of problems then. It's not even just this one castle here. What do you know about the Darkspawn attack on the Vigil?
My predecessor, Captain Welonz, and much of the senior staff were inside the keep proper at the time. How they met their fates is unknown. All we know is Darkspawn swarmed the keep.
How many soldiers survived the attack on the Vigil?
Barely any, truth be told, and none of the Wardens. But there are many soldiers still out patrolling the roads between here and Amaranthine. We can recover from this.
Interestingly enough, some soldiers survived, but no Wardens. Maybe because the Wardens were in closer proximity to the Darkspawn? Where did the Darkspawn come from?
I talked with the dwarf Voldric earlier. It's his belief, and I concur, that they came from the keep itself.
Whoa.
The deep cellars go very deep indeed. Voldric suspects the Darkspawn found a hidden route into the keep.
But how could we not have sensed that? The Darkspawn leader talked. I heard him.
That is disturbing, Commander. But all throughout the lands we've heard rumors. Tales of new Darkspawn. Terrifying ones, forged out of nightmare and shadow. Something grave is afoot.
Yes, I agree. I have other business to attend to. Farewell.
Good day, Commander.
Things are not looking good.
Commander.
Yup.
I'm here to serve, Commander.
That'll be all for now.
Very well, Commander.
How are the rest of you doing? Dumot's Spine, wow. Incredible name. I guess we should take this, but it's our stuff. Am I gonna sell it to somebody? Personal storage. Is that linked to the one we had at Soldier's Peak?
It is begun.
No, that might be for the best because honestly that one was completely full of random crap. Silver Cog. Mage. Anders, would you like it? My inventory is full already. Books. Hello?
The Tower of Magi has sent me as an ambassador, Commander. In addition to my diplomatic function, I'm a competent enchanter and runesmith. Is there anything you need?
Oh, enchantment?
Of course.
No! You should say enchantment! That's your reply! Oh, my Warden armor... Wait. Armor has rune slots now. That wasn't the case before, right? Oh, okay. Cool, that changes things. Sweet. Okay.
Point the way, fearless leader.
You don't even want to talk? Can I give you the ring? You have rings already. Oh, you have 2 good rings already. Yeah, I need to offload some of my stuff.
Very well.
Grandmaster Frost Rune Tracing. Rune crafting, that's new. We RuneScape now. The Warrior's Heart, a book on the various orders of warriors. Especially on the Grey Wardens, Ash Warriors, Legion of the Dead, and Silent Sisters. Who likes reading? Win? But Win's not here anymore.
I shall do it.
Verses of Dreams, poetry inspired by the Fade. Oh, these aren't actual books. This is a codex? Vassals and their liege. Some kingdoms rigidly define the rights of vassals and their duty to their liege. In Ferelden, a relatively new kingdom, the Arls and Arlessas theoretically command their Arlings as bands and lords. In practice, though lessers often zealously maintain their independence. Some Ferelden vassals must be goaded instead of ordered, swayed, not ruled. Vassals owe military obligations to their liege, yet often deny even sworn oaths and sign contracts. In contrast, the vassals expect their liege's protection, despite provocation otherwise. A successful Ferelden liege applies force, persuasion, and duplicity in equal measure. Is that something we have to worry about now that we're a Arlessa? Which kinda makes me feel like it's the Grey Wardens being bogged down by politics even more than before. The Vigil. Vigil's Keep is one of the oldest settlements in Ferelden, older than Denerim and Gwarin. The barbarians who battled the Tevinter Imperium chose this location for a fortress so that their warning fires would be visible at great distance when Tevinter ships neared the coast. The Vigil has seen battle in every major invasion of Ferelden. Tevinters, rival barbarian clans, and Orlesians have all held her battlements. The Vigil was the first fortress to fall to the Orlesians and the last to be freed. Geographically, can we see... Oh, okay. I'm gonna need you to zoom out a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna look up like a bigger world map to see how this all relates to Ferelden next time maybe. City of Amaranthine. The jewel of Ferelden's north. and the economic heart of the Arling. Merchant ships, ports, but now it's refugees in despair. Vigil's Keep. I see. We're in the north. Ah! South to Denerim. Pilgrim's Path. Right, so what we did in the base game was more like to the south, and now we're to the very, very north. Which has some implications too, right? Because back in the Blight, the Darkspawn were coming from the south. And so this time, we're starting directly in the north, which means that they have another way here.
Very well.
That's not good. Hey, I'm a little bit wary about picking up everything because we don't have that much space right now. Should I just dump a whole bunch of stuff in here? Oh, does anybody want good armor? Ogren, I guess? You're still wearing the full set. Helm of the Legion. Oh, this is so good! This is so good. Do you want like a new set? But without the set, you don't get the bonus. You know what? Do we have a inventory person here? Merchant?
I shall do it.
The First Warden. The nominal leader of our order is the First Warden, but you can expect little assistance or guidance so far from the Anderfels. Even those close to Weishaupt learn to suffer alone. The murmurs are true. The First Warden is often embroiled in the politics of the Anderfels and has little opportunity to consider worldly matters. I would like to believe it is a matter of survival, not of political self-interest. Know that your mission is vital. You carry the hopes of our order. If the highest among us holds noble titles outside of the Anderfels, perhaps we will be better situated when the next blight comes, as we all know it must. We wouldn't have to be groveling for support, hopefully.
Need something pummeled? Just say the word. Ah! Who's there?
Did I startle you?
I was just keeping my nose to the dust, watching out for the Schliets. One of the lads here told me about the Schliets. Said they're common in Ferelden. They lie on the ground, looking like ordinary pairs of pants, until you turn around. That's when they strike.
It's back to Ogren's drunken ramblings again. Pants.
Pants that eat your eyeballs. After they're done with you, they just wander off on their unnatural pant legs.
Oh, you weren't told about the best part?
Best part?
It lays its eggs in your empty eye sockets.
Come on, what kind of moron you think I am? Schliets don't lay eggs. That's preposterous. Thought to fool me, did you?
Yes, sorry. You were the expert on Schliets.
Mistress Woolsey says I can set up shop here. The merchant you saved was grateful to be alive, restocked me for a bargain. The savings are yours, of course. You need anything, Commander?
Okay. Here's our person. Storm Chaser Mail. That could be good for somebody. Manual Shadow. You don't see me, but that doesn't mean I'm not here. A maudlin tale of a rogue growing up in a loveless home. Oh, I wonder if this is like a codex entry. What is this? What is this stuff? Heraldry can be applied to a suitable shield. Oh, that's cool. Too bad I don't use one. Okay, sweet. Let me just sell stuff here. Hey, I don't think I'm gonna sell everything, just in case if we come across somebody new later. Because I'm guessing we're probably gonna get some more new companions, right? I'll just stick a whole bunch of stuff in my storage then. Yeah, that can stay on the stand. Sure. Stick it all in here for now. Even the shield, because no one here uses a shield. Nobody. We have too many warriors. Well, not too many anymore with Myri being gone, but you know. Okay, can we leave? Oh.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Blimey, Commander of the Grey. Right. A while back they caught a thief in the Vigil. Took 4 wardens to capture him. Gave one of the wardens a black eye, he did. Half joking, they said he might make a good recruit.
Where is this thief now?
He's in the dungeon, sir. I also have some letters. Arrived just before you did.
Show them to me.
Just give me a moment.
A daughter ransomed. Commander of the Grey, I am Sir Edgar Bensley, a faithful vassal. Yeah, we have to worry about this stuff now, vassals and lieges. My daughter and sole heir, Eileen, has been kidnapped by Mosley, the snake's vile lot of miscreants. My fief is small and my means meager, and they have demanded 30 sovereigns in a time frame I cannot meet. I pray you will intercede on my behalf. The ransom is to be delivered to the abandoned chantry by Forlorn Cove. If you produce the ransom, I swear by my faith and Andraste that I will repay you in time. You and my gentle daughter go with my prayers. Sounds like a good cause. Far afield. Most honored commander, ever since my husband passed, I've been looking after my family and the hired hands, but the Darkspawn have been getting worse. We've a Templar who checks on us occasionally, but there's a limit to what he can handle. If you can help my family, we'll tell Lord Edelbrecht you're a friend. I fear we may not have much time. Good wife Felina, Turnoble. Okay. I mean, I don't really have the time either, but we have to help them, right?
Seneschal Verrill is ready for you in the throne room, Commander. Your vassals await.
Oh, you're my message person. Okay.
Just give me a moment.
So this works a little bit differently than the base game then. We usually travel all the way around, but I guess we'll come back periodically here because it's the hub. Yeah. We got a lot of stuff here. Dungeon. Okay.
I don't mean to alarm you, Commander, but it's possible there are still Darkspawn in the Vigil.
There are still Darkspawn about?
Let me explain. You know Dworkin? That mad dwarf's bombs shook the whole keep. Some of the deep cellars caved in. I suspect that there are pockets of Darkspawn below, trapped. In time, they may dig their way out.
Take me to the cave-in.
Straight away, sir.
Yeah, let's get some killing going on.
Here we are. The Vigil goes deep. Real deep. The hallways down here have been crumbling for years and decades. And that blasted Dworkin's explosives didn't do the structure any favors.
He's alive. I was wondering why we didn't see him again, that dwarf. How far do the basements go?
No one knows. The Vigil's always been here. Since the barbarians, they say. Who knows what's at the bottom?
Have the men clear the rubble.
You heard the commander. Put your backs into it. This is where you come in. Who knows what's up ahead? We'll be back here.
Okay. Right now? We did a lot of talking anyway.
So, mage, huh? What's it like?
To have all this power at my fingertips.
No, to always have to wear a skirt.
Oh, you don't know the story behind the robes. You know how strict things are in the Circle, right? Well, of course you do. Well, the robes make quick trysts in the corner easy. No laces or buttons, you're done before the Templars catch on.
Really?
Just ask anyone.
That's... unintended side effects, huh?
As you say,
Someone who can dish it back out to Ogren.
it is begun.
There's Mabari here. Oh, what happened to... What happened to Troy? This Mabari seems greatly distressed. Her fur is patchy and caked with dirt and blood. No! Comfort the dog. Or inspect the dog. You find a small scroll bound to the dog. Oh no, I didn't comfort! No, leave it alone. Leave it alone. And then comfort. Please. Please let me. Okay, good. You pet the dog gently, calming her. You also find a small scroll bound to her. A woman named Adria writes that she has taken refuge in the lower levels of the keep. Oh, you're sending your dog to, get help? Okay. I think it's gonna be a while before we even make it out of the keep. Oh my god. Hello, everyone. Oh, damn you! Anders, do something. Oh, I have to reorganize all this. Yeah. Ooh! I don't have any great AoE attacks. The emissary. We gotta get the emissary.
Very well.
Oh, beautiful! Thank you, Shattering.
It shall be done.
Are you doing okay there, Ogren? You and the emissary alone?
I shall do it.
Oh, get over here!
Lost!
Armatic will destroy you!
Okay. Oh, we gotta get people cleaning the corpses here too. Collect the armor, collect the weapons, so that we can reuse them. I'm sorry, it's sad and a little bit... maybe... I don't know. Disrespectful. But in war times, we gotta do what we gotta do. West Hill Brandy. How's everyone's approval? Is it back at 0 again? I guess so. Okay, well, Ogren, would you like some brandy then? Feel free, I guess? I don't really...
That looks fine indeed.
Okay.
I shall do it.
Response from Rendon Howe. Lowen, we cannot afford an insurrection. Put any troublemakers in chains. Do whatever it takes to weed them out. Whatever it takes, Lowen. Do not fail me. He's imprisoning the people against him. And probably earlier the Seneschal would have been imprisoned too. Hey, more notes came back. That's so weird. The number is still wrong. I checked with the base game. It's still wrong. We had more than this, but it's slowly coming back. Okay. That's a thing. Oh. Well, we have so many different ways. Hold up. Oh, what the? They all... Oh my god, this is kind of confusing. Everything has an X. I guess I'll... go
Very
here?
well.
Shrine to Andraste. Are we really gonna do some read? Oh! Scared me.
Has won the day. As you say.
Where'd you guys even come from? Gotta get used to my new numbers again for some of these. And I gotta get used to controlling everyone else again. Shrieks hiding in our cellar. Literally. The House of Amaranthine. The House of Amaranthine are one of the oldest noble families in Ferelden. Their lineage traces to the time of Calenhad, when Elias Howe was one of the first freeholders to follow Calenhad. During the occupation, Arl Tarleton Howe, Rendon Howe's father, threw his lot in with the Orlesians. After several bitter battles with the rebels, the town of Harper's Ford, an outpost governed by Tarleton Howe, fell to the cousins of Highever. Tarleton hanged. Rendon brought the Howe family over to the side of Merrick Theron and Logan McTeer's rebellion. Rendon's bravery at the Battle of White River, fighting alongside Bryce Cousland, earned back his family's honor. When King Merrick took the throne in Free Ferelden, Rendon Howe was decorated for his service. His family just feels like they go with whoever is in charge. They see who has the tide, and they just go along with them. Andraste was bathed in fire before the Maker's eyes. The Great Strife. Rodden, shaman of the people, turned from the gods who had ever sheltered him. In his grief, he destroyed the gifts of the Mountain Father and brought us low. Okay. Oh, the cellar beneath Vigil's keep has... Avar Barbarians. Avar Barbarians. Yeah, I was a little bit surprised there is an Andraste statue in here. These things, don't we usually want to keep them out in the open? Oh, God! Oh no, nothing we can do about them. Oh. Oh, that's beautiful. Ghouls. They're ghouls.
Careful.
Well, they're just regular people. I don't think we need to go too crazy on them. Oh, but we were too late then. How did they get infected? The Darkspawn being here, that's how. 1 soldier, 20 prisoners. He stood no chance. Hello?
Oh, thank the Maker. Please let us out.
You're free. Run.
Quick, before more of those things come.
That would be a good idea. We still have more. Oh my god, how far down does this go? Howe correspondence. Delilah Howe's letters. Between Delilah Howe and a friend in Denerim. Who's Delilah? Somehow. Haha, somehow. Oh, I really need a rogue soon. ASAP. Which means it's probably not going to be the last time. What the hell? Oh no.
She couldn't have shown us the courtesy of waiting a bit longer before becoming a ghoul.
Oh. I'm so sorry. I wish we could have done something more for her. She was the lady who owned the Mabari. Ravenous ghoul. We need more AoE attacks. I think we have very high individual damage right now, but not so much for, like, getting small groups of not as strong people. Maybe I gotta focus on Anders. Cone of Cold. Good bet. We don't need it now. Yeah, I gotta reorganize this later on. Can we at least... Oh, but the Mabari won't know. I can't tell the Mabari what happened. Gold ring. A gift. I bet Anders will like it. Anders wears earrings. Or 1 earring. Would you like it, Anders?
Ooh, for me?
Yeah.
Ooh.
There you go. A message for Arl Rendon Howe. But he wasn't Arl yet, was he? Oh, he was Arl of Amaranthine, not Denerim. My Lord Howe, some of the men are not pleased with your plan. They will incite others against you. For the plan to succeed, our forces must be united. If word gets out, if even one of them informs Kuzland, it will be your head on a plate. I say this with all due respect, sir. Your captain, Lowen. Oh wow, this was when they were planning on betraying us? Elemental requirements. You found Viridium ore? That Wade can use to make armor. For your soldiers, okay. Oh, we're getting new quests like every 3 steps.
You murdered a slew of Darkspawn there. Well, you hear the stories about you and the Wardens. But to see it firsthand...
It's what we do.
Well, I'm impressed. Anyway, it looks like the explosives caved this section in. I brought along Master Voldrick.
So, this is how you humans ply your stonecraft. Disgraceful, that is. What, this would barely last a few centuries. I wager these passages may go far enough to connect to the deep roads.
They don't last longer than a few centuries because humans don't even live for 1 century. So the Darkspawn came from below?
Aye. The Orlesian lads would have had a terrible surprise. Explains how experienced men fell to the Darkspawn. This is a grave matter. If we don't shut these tunnels, the Darkspawn can attack from below again.
Andraste's blood, there are basement entrances throughout the keep.
Oh,
There's no way
man.
to defend against that.
Then we follow the tunnels and hope to find a single point to block off. Never you fear, lass. With the Warden's muscle and my stonecraft, we'll find a way.
Let me know as soon as you clear the passage.
We'll need some time, but as soon as we clear it, we'll let you know.
Okay, let's go back to the keep.
Of course.
This is a thing that we'll have to do periodically then, I guess? You killed some darkspawn, check back in with Mavriles later on. Okay, sounds good. What about this? Yeah, the arrow's right here.
I'll do it.
Dungeon. Huh. Prisoner stuff. My stuff now.
Ah, Commander. Good thing you're here. This one's been locked up 3 nights now. Good men died while this one was protected in his cell.
Who is he?
He won't give his name. All I know is he was caught poking around the estate in the middle of the night. I'd say he was just a thief. But it took 4 Grey Wardens to capture him. You best be careful. Whoever he is, he's no ordinary burglar, that's for sure.
Well, I know your name is Nathaniel. Leave me to talk with him.
As you wish, Commander. I'll tell the Seneschal you came. He'll want to know what you decide to do with this man.
Strong person? Took 4 wardens to capture him? Could we use him? We're not exactly choosy. Soap on a rope! How quaint. What the hell? Does anybody like wordplay around here? Wow, you're gonna open the cell to talk to him? My god.
If it isn't the great hero, conqueror of the blight and vanquisher of all evil. Aren't you supposed to be 10 feet tall with lightning bolts shooting out of your eyes?
I see my reputation precedes me.
It does. I know you best as the one who murdered my father. I am Nathaniel Howe. My family owned these lands until you showed up. Do you even remember my father?
Do you even remember my father? Your father brought his end on himself.
My father served the hero of Riverdane and fought against the Orlesians, yet our family lost everything. I came here. I thought I was going to try to kill you, to lay a trap for you. But then I realized I just wanted to reclaim some of my family's things. It's all I have left.
Wait, Arl Howe's son, I thought you liked me. Didn't you like me? Or at least in the very beginning, I remember Arl Howe was all like, hey, my son wants to see you again. We should know each other then. Didn't seem like he recognized me. Maybe because it's the kind of thing where we met when we were really, really young. I mean, I'm gonna be nice, but I don't know why I should be nice because you just said you were gonna kill me. Just how much do you know about your father?
If you're asking whether I knew what he was up to, the answer is no. I was squired in the Free Marches. Look, I don't know what happened with the Kuslands. It sounds like it was horrible. The entire war was. Whatever my father did, however, shouldn't harm my whole family. The Howes are pariahs now. Those of us left. It's all thanks to you. And now you get to decide my fate. Ha! Ironic, isn't it?
First of all, you should know what your father did. First of all. Ooh, why can't we tell him what Howe did? He should know. He should know. I understand we had trouble capturing you.
I'm not without skills. My time abroad wasn't spent chasing skirts and drinking wine.
What skills are those exactly?
Hunting, scouting, poisons. Why? What do you care?
You ever recruiting him? Your family only has itself to blame for its troubles.
The house served Ferelden for 12 generations. My ancestors served under King Calenhad. And now it's all lost. So go ahead and do what you're going to do.
He's reacting like this because he doesn't really know what happened. We should tell him properly. Do you really hate me so much?
The Darkspawn are a menace. If it weren't for the Blight, maybe my father would never have
done what he did. But I can't do anything about them, can I? There's just you and the Grey Wardens here in my home.
Perhaps you should work to redeem your name.
You're right. I'll go join King Alistair's service immediately. He'd be certain to give a How another chance.
What will you do if I let you go?
If you let me go... I don't know. I only came back to Ferelden a month ago. If you let me go, I'll probably come back here. You might not catch me next time.
You're not making the best case for yourself.
I could lie, if you prefer.
I've decided what to do with you.
Already? Good.
He could lie, that's true.
I brought the seneschal for you, Commander.
I see you've spoken to our guest. Quite the handful, isn't he? Have you decided what's to be done with him?
Did you know this was Nathaniel Howe?
A Howe? It figures that they would turn up again. The Howes are implacable enemies, Commander.
Well, generally, I'm gonna recruit everybody, regardless if it makes sense or not. He's a little bit dangerous. Recruiting him is kind of like recruiting Logain. But I think he has some point in saying that whatever his dad did shouldn't affect the whole family. And we need people. We need people. Okay. I wish to invoke the right of conscription. Let's see if he survives.
You what?
I'm sorry, Commander. The right of conscription? On the prisoner?
No, absolutely not. Hang me first.
You don't think this is better than dying?
Hard to say. You like having Grey Wardens who want you dead?
I'll risk it.
You really want a How as a Grey Warden? You are a very strange woman. I can't decide if this is a vote of confidence or punishment.
An interesting decision, Commander.
Agreed.
Come with me, sir. We'll see if you survive the joining.
Well, I'm never gonna say no to a whole companion.
From this moment forth, Nathaniel Howe, you are a Grey Warden.
The moment of truth.
It feels like so many people know about the ritual now.
The Howe is stronger than I expected. For better or for worse, he will live.
Maybe we can build a friendship, kind of like Callan had and... I can't remember his best friend's name. Like King Merrick and Logain, something like that, you know? Something about how decisions of the previous generation shouldn't affect the present. Nathaniel. The Howes are pariahs now, those of us left. Nathaniel Howe is the son of the disgraced Arl Rendon Howe, and among the last scions of the once great family. He blames the Grey Wardens for his father's death, and had intended to assassinate the Warden Commander. Upon seeing Vigil's keep, however, his childhood home, Nathaniel decided to simply reclaim some family treasures. The Wardens caught Nathaniel breaking in. Welonz, impressed to hear that it took 4 Wardens to capture Nathaniel, invoked the right of conscription, making the young Howe a Warden recruit. He survived. Nathaniel is a sensible fellow who values practical gifts over useless trinkets. Okay. We're suddenly invoking the right of conscription so many times, it reminds me of Duncan. Especially since we just played a whole bunch of Origins, where I got to see that so many times. It's a little bit eerie. It's like, oh, I'm the senior Grey Warden now. And I guess I know the secrets of how the joining works now, huh? I mean, like, how to administer it.